Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, we tackle the issues, we clarify matters, and we get on point. The government is now preparing for possible assistance it can provide to various stakeholders should fuel prices go up due to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. Iran, which is now at war with Israel, is one of the country's sources of crude oil. The Department of Energy will also talk to oil firms so they can help the transport and other sectors avoid passing on to consumers any sudden adjustments in fuel prices. Let's get on point with the officer in charge of the Department of Energy, Sharon Garin. She joins us on the phone. Yusek, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time.
Good evening, Pinky. Thank you for having me tonight.
Let's start with you telling us the effect of the Israel-Iran conflict on the country's oil supply.
Because, Pinky, Iran is indeed one of our sources, but it's one of the many, among the OPEC countries, kasi you have Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Kuwait, and Iran. Iran is one of those. But fortunately for us, and fortunately for the rest of the world, it's less than 10% what Iran exports. Most of their fuel products they use on their own, but less than 10% of that, of the whole part of the OPEC countries that, kasi mga 0.9 lang siya out of the 100. So, hindi naman siya ganun kalaki. Unlike Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, 20%, UAE is 19%. This is a small part of the global market as far as the Middle East is concerned. So, ang impact niya, hindi ganun kalaki.
Pero malaki pa rin po yung 10% kahit papano, no, ma'am?
Correct in that sense. But the 10%, which is about 1.5 on our how do you call that? Like the volume, that 1.5 million volume can also be taken from other countries that are not OPEC. So, if you check, you can get oil from Canada, from US, from South America. There's sources there also from Brazil, or also from China. So there, Russia, meron pang ibang sources. So in case the whole thing escalates and the supply from Iran stops, then merong ibang sources that are willing to sell also. But of course the prices will change. I don't have the prices here yet. Pero hindi, it will not be the same as the OPEC countries.
Absolutely. Willing to sell po sila, but you are correct, ma'am, the prices will not be what it used to be because obviously this will be a question on supply and demand.
Correct.
But
yeah, kasi just to go back, like what's the impact, no? There are two things that we have to consider. First of all is the supply, Kailangan meron tayo. We have to have oil, because we're dependent on it, just transportation by itself, And then the other part would be the prices. So two-pronged yung problem natin. It's the supply. We have to make sure that we have enough. And the prices, we should minimize the impact as far as fares are concerned, as far as our inflation.
With that, maybe, Yusek, just to get a better understanding on this, has the continued conflict or war between Israel and Iran actually affected our oil supply as we speak?
Technically, it should not, but unfortunately, there are too much speculation on what's going to happen. Kaya nagre-react din yung market, But it's not as, the impact on the price is not as big as the previous ones kasi dati we reached $80 per barrel,
78,
today,
80.
as of today, hindi pa tayo to 60, I think, So there's still leeway kasi ang threshold natin, Pinky, is $80 per barrel because the $80 per barrel will trigger na yung mga medyo emergency actions ng gobyerno niyan. So hindi pa naman tayo umaabot doon. But
Pero
we are feeling the effects kasi it's slowly increasing,
and how much has the increase been?
As far as yesterday is concerned, when we did our calculations, the previous 2 weeks, mga 1 point, hindi umaabot naman ng 1 peso and 50 centavos yung pero I think today there was another increase, so we need to make our tabulations again for tomorrow.
But in terms of dollars per barrel, what was the
Ay,
change or how has it changed in the past days?
it has changed, but not not that significantly yet, Pinky. I just can't see the numbers
All right, but it's
right now. I
still at
have to look
around
for it.
$60 per barrel, ma'am, as you
Correct,
mentioned a while
correct,
ago.
correct,
Okay.
correct, correct.
Because that was a big problem way back, hindi ho ba, nung tumaas yung presyo ng per barrel to $80 per barrel, as you mentioned a while ago. But how serious is government looking at the possibility of deficit or decrease or reduce supply, possibly because of a prolonged conflict between Israel and Iran?
Okay. So just to ang short term in that sense is that if this escalates and there is a if ever, which we don't think it's likely, if ever there is there's stoppage in the supply side, what the DOE has in place is a rule that all these oil companies that we have should have at least 15 days of reserve. Dapat na sa inventory nila yan na if there's no supply that arrives today, they should have 15 days enough to supply whatever what their demand is. We've been checking, we've been monitoring every day. So far, the average supply that we have for the whole country, the total of all the oil companies that we have 28 days naman. So they've been very compliant. We're very thankful for the oil companies for that. Kasi they have enough reserve for a whole month.
Yusek Sharon, ano ho ba yung mandatory na maybe tawagin po nating buffer stock? Would it be 15 or
15 days
30
lang.
days? 15.
Yes, 15 because you cannot make it too high naman, Pinky, because it's also money, it will cost them a lot of money also to have more than that. But fortunately, they do have more than 15, which is 28 days. We cannot require 100 days, for example. That's too much for an oil company. But fortunately now they have 28 days, which is a good number.
Can we expect a big oil price hike next week?
Oil price hike. It's an international market, but it's about supply and demand, no? So the supply of Iran is not as big kasi may oil embargo din sila because of all the complications, so hindi siya a big player in the market. Now, if we base on that historical, it should not affect. The only way that it will affect is that if they close the pipelines, which is, I don't think it will be in the interest of the other Middle Eastern countries because it's also their business to sell oil to the other countries. So if I base it on the historicals and what is currently happening, then we don't really expect sudden increase.
Yusek, the President Bongbong Marcos, has actually said that fuel subsidies may be given to those who are severely affected. What event or conditions are you looking at for this to actually happen, that fuel subsidies will be given to PUV drivers and even the fisher folk?
Yes, ma'am. If you that's what's good about the orders of the president. He ordered us to study, to evaluate, and to prepare. So even though we are not even near the $80 per barrel mark, DOE together with DOTR and DA, as you mentioned with the fisher folks, we're already meeting to discuss what are the available funds, because there is available funds for fuel subsidy, and that's the target. Actually, as you mentioned, public utility vehicles, so the fisher folks, So we're preparing na kung anong mechanisms. It could be in different forms of subsidy also. So we're meeting actually early next week so that we can discuss what are the options and what funds are available.
But what kind of
So-
conditions, Yusek, sorry, are you looking at? I mean, meron ho ba kayong tinitingnan na kapag umabot ang presyo per barrel ng ganitong number, that is the time that you will or government will start giving out subsidies for
Yes, ma'am.
PUVs and the fisher folk?
Yes, ma'am. The regulations, we have funding for fuel subsidy, but the trigger is $80 per barrel. So the role of DOE will be to advise the agencies kung umabot tayo dun sa threshold na yun, and then that will trigger so that they can be allowed to utilize the funds. So meron hindi lang na yes, unless the president orders otherwise, ano. Pero as far as right now, ang requirement is dapat makaabot siya ng a certain
Parang
amount,
yun po
which is
yung
$80.
nakikitang benchmark ngayon kapag umabot po ng $80 per barrel. Kapag umabot po ng $80 per barrel, ma'am, ano po yung increase sa gasolina or
Parang
diesel na ating siguro aasahan?
Parang sobrang laki na kasi it will probably, di ba dati umabot pa nga tayo ng mga I think we reached about 80 pesos or 70 pesos ba? I think the trigger is somewhere around there. Parang malaki talaga yung increase. Kasi if you remember correctly, I think in 22 and even during right after COVID, we had a very, very high price on our diesel and gas, no? So, yun parang na yun. I think it was beyond about 70 pesos na yata yung price nun at that time.
All right. Thank you for your time. Officer in charge of the Department of Energy, Ma'am Sharon Garin. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. But just be ma'am, we are proactive in this because of the instructions of the president, because he wants to protect the yung mga hard hit talaga ng mga like the passengers of the jeepneys and all our public utilities, because we're really monitoring this, and then we'll inform the public once there's a situation that might trigger very abrupt increase.
Because talagang
Thank you,
domino
Vic.
effect.
Yeah.
Opo, domino effect po ito eh.
Yeah, it will affect all all our prices, not just for the pamasahe, but also all our basic goods will be added. But we're on standby, evaluating and assessing the situation, and we'll inform the public once there's any changes in the situation as far as the prices are concerned.
Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras, Ma'am Sharon. Thank you.
Okay.
We'll be taking a short break. Up next, we'll speak to Transport Group's Manibela Chairman Mar Balbuena and Piston National President Camody Floranda. This is On Point. Stay tuned.